Hi guys, for this paper 2 we're going to be looking at The Other Side of the Dale by Gervase Finn and the other text about Ragged School, so if you can find those now and get them ready, that would be great. Right, welcome back. Paper 2, if you're good readers, I would recommend just looking over both texts, just go over it. Maybe read it once all over and then once again highlighting your pertinent words. And also we've talked about making annotations just, you know, for each paragraph, because you're going to be coming backwards and forwards to lots and lots of texts. And if you're like, oh heck, where was that little bit that I needed? If you've just got a word or even like a little symbol next to each paragraph, you'll be able to find it really quite easily. People who aren't good readers, go use a highlighter, use a pen, and just go, you know, as you're reading, just to keep your eyes on that page. Or another tip, and this would work for everybody, is when you get in the exam, have a look at the questions, because if question 1 and question 3 are both about text A, you only need to read text A for the, you know, and you can break up your reading that way, and I'll talk to you a bit about that in a minute. The other thing with paper 2 would be how you approach it. So whereas paper 1, I probably would just go chronologically. If you really want to do question 5 first, you could, because again, that's the one with the highest marks, you've got more stamina. But paper 2, I would really play a little strategic game. Whereas I would maybe do question 5 first, again, more stamina. Or if you want to do question 1, but then I would do question 3, 4 and 2, because question 3, nice and easy, it's just language, it's 3 paragraphs this time. And question 2 is only worth 8 marks and it's really hard. So just keep that till the end, because by the time you've answered question 4, question 2 will be a doddle. And also, again, if you're running out of time, which you shouldn't be and don't plan for that, you know, yeah, you're only missing out 8 marks rather than like 16 or anything. So they are my ideas. So, question 1. Before you even approach the exam, if you can, I mean, don't get into trouble, but if it's sitting there in front of you, please have a look at what's on the front of the booklet. There's so many tips in there for you to start thinking about. So, for example, with this one, you know where your texts are from, so across both papers they'll be from different centuries. So like this one is a 20th century and a 19th century, and again just sitting there thinking, well, what did that mean? And if you look at this one, Ragged Schools, we've done this before, we've done this with Christmas Carol, these are things we know about. Now you get no marks for saying, oh, I know this already. However, just that added bit of context, just, you know, it's just a little bit of something extra you can bring to the exam, and again, we'll talk about that in a bit. I would, looking at that front page, identify genre, audience and purpose. Anything else, and also contextualize these things. So if you're looking at, for example, Ragged Schools in 1849, well, you know, in terms of Education Acts and things, it wasn't necessary for all children to be going to school. We have a lot more boys going to school. We know what Ragged Schools were like. We know how horrific they were. We know what Dickens felt about education. Another thing to be thinking about is you may be aware of the author. So like, for example, Gervase Finn, I've met him, he was a teacher, he's very funny, and you know, so you know before you've got in there what to expect. Paper 1, question 1. Just, I don't know if I can pause it. I'm in the English office, somebody's come to the door. It's Charlotte, I'm pausing.